Here we go. Top plays. Class B semifinal number 1, Crete. Undefeated on this season, taking on the defending champs, Omaha Skutt, with a trip to the state final on the line. First half, three-pointer hit by Dylan Van Dyke. Teams were trading blows in the first. How about this slam for Aiden McDowell? He had himself a half, 21 points in the first half. Crete up by 3 at this point, but a steal and easy lay-in for Cannon cuts it to a 1-point affair. Now we're in the second, 26-22, and Brock Scholl, he can do it inside at 6'8", but he can also dial it up from deep. He hit down 3 threes in the first half alone. There's McDowell again, having a great game. 21 points in the first half alone. It was 31-26 Crete at the break, and the Cardinals started off strong in the third as well. Kenner Sweetalk, 2 of his 8 points on the afternoon. Scholl continuing to dial it in from long range. He had 4 triples on the day. Now we're tied, and this was the turn of the tide. Scholl the steal, the two-handed slam, and the roof blew off Pinnacle Bank Arena. Skutt with the lead. Scholl now passing it. What was a shot, it ends up in the hands of Van Dyke, who gets the lay-in. After that two-handed dunk, all the momentum was with the Skyhawks, and despite this 3 to give the Cardinals hope, Trace Eggy, that was the only points of the fourth quarter for the Cardinals. Skutt turns up the heat on defense. They outscore Crete 19-3 in the final 8 minutes, and they get the win, handing Crete its first loss of the season. Your final score 55-47. The Cardinals' year comes to an end, and Skutt, the defending champs, will once again play for a Class B state title. Semifinal number 2, second-seeded Norris taking on the 3-seed Scottsbluff to see who will take on the defending champ Skutt in the Class B final. We start things in the first quarter. Norris getting things going early. That is Chris Gartner. He would have many baskets in this one. There's the first 2. 9-4 lead, and then threes. This is coming from a freshman, Evan Greenfield. This is a young team, just 1 senior on the squad. Didn't matter, though, because the youth came to play. There's a 3 knocked down by Nathan Kelly. He led Scottsbluff in this one. 20 points, 14 of them, 16 rather of them coming in the first half, but it would be 19-9 after 1. And Norris continues in the second quarter. There's a Jarrett Behrens bucket. He had 8 on the afternoon. This one kicked out for a 3, knocked down by John Boswell. He came off the bench for Scottsbluff, had a great game, 8 points. But it's a 6-point lead for Norris. Make it an 8-point lead after Garner makes another bucket. Halftime your score, 39-23 Norris, and the Titans start to separate themselves here. Behrens with the 3 to start the third quarter. More Norris baskets. Greenfield kicks it out, and the 3 goes down for Boziger. Barrett Boziger had 12. That was his lone 3 in the game. Scottsbluff trying to get back into it. Landon Amundsen, his 1 field goal. But it would still be 55-35 after 3, and Boswell hits a 3 for Scottsbluff, but it would be for consolation purposes because Norris and Garner, they were too much. Garner finishes with a game-high 25 points. And Norris returns to the state title game for the first time in 21 years. They will play for the program's 5th state championship. All they have to do is knock off Skutt, the defending champs. Class A semifinal number 1. The defending champs, Bell West, hosting number 5 seed Omaha Central. The Thunderbirds trying to make it to the state championship game for the 5th year in a row. Teams trading blows early on. 3 knocked down by Prince from the corner. He finished in double digits. Future Husker football player Isaiah McMorris saying, I can shoot 3s as well. Unfortunately for him, he got teed up. But it was sort of a sign of things to come and how things were going back and forth. There's another 3. Bank was open for Dalaron Thomas to round out the first. 16-13 Central as we head to the second. 3 knocked down in transition for the Bell West Thunderbirds. Thomas comes back down on the other end with the fadeaway. He had 9 in the game. Back and forth we go. The big man has footwork skills, and that's Jacob Orope. He had 16 on the day. Ackerman with a basket as well right here. Basket and the foul for the young man. Going back and forth, but Central holding off the defending champs, leading by 2 at halftime. Bell West would go on a run in the third. Stephen Polacek from downtown. He had 13 on the night, and ridiculous skills by Jaden Jackson, the future South Dakota State basketball product. He had 7 on the night, but was an impact player all over the court. Then there's a rope battling for the offensive board and the putback. Bell West, big third quarter, which was the difference. They outscored Central 18-6 in the period to take a 10-point lead into the fourth. And things pretty much stayed the same in the fourth quarter. Central tried to make a run every time they'd get a basket. Central would come back down and cancel it out. There's a Rope who had a game-high 16, season high for him, 16 in fact, with his performance. He was dominant inside. Bellevue West ends up getting the win and is advancing to the state championship for the 5th year in a row. Final number 2 on Friday. Millard North taking on Omaha Westside. The Mustangs seeing if they can make it 5 straight trips to the state championship game, where they would be taking on Bellevue West, who had already punched its ticket. This is how we started things off. Hustle play by Kevin Stubblefield. He then finds the dunk for Ricky Lofton. It's 2-0 early on. These teams would basically be going back and forth all game long. Kevin Stubblefield then gets the assist from Benning. 2 dunks for the Warriors in the first quarter. 3-pointer dialed up for Neil Mosser. He had 11 points on the night. Back and forth we go. It was 14-11, Westside after 1. Now going inside. Bucket for Mr. Camden Mooney. He had 12. It's a 2-point affair, and you have the athletic take by none other than Kevin Stubblefield. He had a game-high 20 for the Warriors. We're nearing halftime. Dialing it up from distance, Mosser again, one of his 2 triples on the night. We go into the break, 25-21, Westside on top. 25-24, excuse me, a 1-point lead for the Warriors. Now third quarter, there's a strong take by Stubblefield. Again, a very even performance on both halves, finishing with 20. Now you have the take on the other end by Gaff. He had 8 on the night. Westside led by 5 at one point, then Millard North got up by 5, as you see here. No team led by more than 5 in this occasion. Stubblefield for 3. The second 3 the Warriors had hit would be Millard North up 35-33 as we head to the fourth. Then the Warriors start splashing 3s. Caleb Mitchell specifically had 2 in the fourth quarter, 13 points on the night. We're going back and forth. There is that second from Mitchell. Westside, after that spree, they're back on top of the Mustangs. Now it's 44-39, 5-point advantage for the Warriors. Make that 2 after Urbanic buries a huge triple. He had 5 points. That was a monster 3. We're now tied 44 all. Amazing pass from Urbanic on the cut from Moni. He lays it in. Body blow after body blow. It would be 46 all. We would have bonus basketball. We head to overtime. Rollins at the line, who had 14 on the night, makes it a 2-point game. Then you have more free throws for Mosser. He hits 1 of 2. Millard North in the driver's seat, but after a free throw attempt by Benning and a jump ball that the Warriors won, they had one final shot, down by 2, and the defense holds for the Mustangs. They shut them down, and the Millard North Mustangs, they head to the Class A state championship for not the first, second, third, or fourth, the 5th straight time, and it is round 5, the 5th year in a row